All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting here today. We're joined by Dyme A Duzin. Came to give hip hop vibe a decent interview. How you doing today, brother?
I'm great, man.
Doing good? Doing good?
Yes, sir.
All right. We just gonna jump right into it. How did you end up getting signed to Warner Brothers Records? How did that come about?
Well, I was in the studio with Plain Pat, the producer of like my new mixtape, A Portrait of Donovan. Like he's the executive producer. We were working on our first mixtape that we did in 2011, 20 Equal X, and Dante Ross, who was my A&R at Warner Brothers, he came over to the studio and he was with Action Bronson. So Action Bronson was about to record some stuff, and Pat played one of my records from the 20 Equal X tape, and Dante was digging it. A few weeks later, called me in the office. We spoke. I felt real comfortable at the, that in the Warner environment. I like the, other artists on the label, and I like what the label has represented like over the years. That's a big name. Warner Brothers is like, Frank Sinatra was on there. So, yeah, so I felt like that was a home for me.
That's history, yeah, definitely. How much creative control did you have, or did you have them put a lot of input in on A Portrait of Donovan on the mixtape?
No, well, A Portrait of Donovan really was. A Portrait of Donovan was really very collaborative. I just really wanted to bring my talents instead of really try to produce every aspect. Because I was dealing with big time producers. Emil Haney, Plain Pat, Harry Fraud. So I was getting in the studio, and with all the respect I have for them, for what they've done and what I've enjoyed, of their work, throughout the years. I really wanted to be collaborative and put our brains together.
All right, now how do you feel about the wave of the new artists that are coming out, Brooklyn hip hop, and you got the ASAP Rockies and everything? How do you feel about being a part of that new wave?
I'm proud of the East Coast or the East Coast as a whole, for really coming together and sticking together and using unity as a tool to move forward in their careers and move forward as a borough, as a coast. I really respect it, and I'm glad to be a part of that. Part of something that's helping us progress.
Okay. Were you close to Capital Steez?
Oh yeah. We went to high school together, Elder Amaro. That was my boy. Like, it was us two. Like, I came into the school a year after. I had been in there, and he would like, that was like my best friend in the school, and my whole like second mixtape was like based off like the creative process was really like me and him just bouncing ideas off each other like lyrically, and like that, that was kind of like me and his mixtape. So that was my real good friend. Over like the past 2 years, we had went separate paths with like the whole music thing. We were building our crews up separately, and recently we had just came together and was like, yo, let's like come back together and really go back to the old way we used to do things, and just we always been homies, so why not just jump on the track. And it was actually his idea to do the Frank Sinatra video.
Wow.
So it was my idea to bring it back to Murrow.
Right.
And cause he was like, yo, like, you think Murrow would be a good idea to do it? Like, I don't think that's cool. Like, I think that's kind of corny. And I was like, nah, son. Nah, like it's gonna give that feeling back that we used to have. Like, and I feel like that was special, just to have us back in the place we used to cypher at, the place that we used to create at in high school. Now we're coming back, like now that we're out of high school, and just representing that school and representing that time that we had. So we ended up doing it. That's my boy.
Yeah, it's got to be a great feeling going back and showing people that that they can make it too, right?
definitely.
Yeah. All right.
You know, I don't feel like we completely made it yet, but
Right.
everybody, you know, is on the right track.
Absolutely. What was the fan reaction like to A Portrait of Donovan? Was it what you're expecting? Is it going in the direction you'd like it to go in?
It's amazing. It's like people, you know, words are really powerful, and like the words people are using to describe A Portrait of Donovan are just, you know, unbelievable. It's like the fans, you know, really accept it well. You got a lot of like new people, you know, paying attention now and seeing what, you know, I really can do, and enjoying the music, you know, which is what that matters to me. Like, you know, if you can feel it in your soul, and you telling me that it's a masterpiece, and that is a, you know, it's incredible, and how songs help you get through a day, or how, you know, that's what it, you know, that's what I care about, and that's, you know, what I'm receiving, and I hope that the music can reach even further, and, you know, the world can hear it.
All right. What was it like working with Harry Fraud, and what other producers right now would you love to collaborate with?
Oh, Harry Fraud is dope. Harry Fraud is real cool. It's a Brooklyn cat.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the studio a few times, and yeah, he works really fast. He's real, you know, he's just real technical, and like he gets in his zone, and he just does everything fast. You know, he takes that edit and puts it, makes it delay. You know, copy and pastes this hook and flies it real fast, and then you're like, damn, the half an hour the song's done.
Right.
And, you know, and it's crazy because he smokes a lot, and it's crazy. You would think he'd be a little bit slower than that, but he does his thing. And yeah, it was dope working with him. And yeah, we got some more stuff on the way.
All right. Any other producers right now that you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Yeah, you know, at the top of the list is always a Kanye West, of course, and you know, that's at the top of the list all the time.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like producers out now, you know, I don't really know any producers out now. Shout out to BNFB though.
Okay.
My Phony People brothers producing the new Neptunes. I like to call them.
All right.
Shout out to them.
All right. Is there a tentative date for your album to drop yet, and a title at all? Anything you're working on?
Well, right now I'm just really living. You know, after this project, you know, I don't, you know, even though we label it a mixtape, you know, I feel like, you know, it's a real, you know, it's an album, and what it takes to make an album, you know, it really isn't. You can't rush it. You really can't rush an album. You gotta really live, and especially if you want to make a soul album, like a soulful album, you have to really, you know, dig deep into your soul and have more experiences, and especially so, like for a young person like myself, you know, I want to have more experiences and you know, get more ideas, you know, as I, you know, move forward. So, you know, that's being created right now. You know, I can't give you any date. You know, you don't know, but the album is coming because it's being created. I'm living in order to be inspired to create it.
Okay. If you had to leave the planet Earth today, what would be the one thing that you would leave behind so the world could remember you as a person and also remember your musical legacy?
If I had to leave the planet Earth today, what would the one thing?
Mm-hmm.
What the one thing I would leave? What would be the one thing? Hard drive of my music and all my videos on it from the day I started making videos into the last video.
That's what's up. That's the second time I heard somebody use that answer. Bobby V used it before you. You're the only other person that used it.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
All right. So, any last minute words that you want to say to the people of hiphopvibe.com today? Twitters, Facebook, anything like that?
Well, this is Dyme A Duzin, aka Swank Jesus, and you can find my material for my music, my Twitter, my Facebook at imdyme.com. That's IMDYME. It's IMDYME.com. Find the Twitter on there, tour dates, all that, you know. So check that out and let me know what you think about the music. A-Pod, my new mixtape just came out. Go get that. It's on the site as well. Check it out. What's going on, people? This is Dyme A Duzin, and you tuned in to hiphopvibe.com.